At Investor Central, my name is Sarah Hadi. Thanks for joining us this week on Investor Central Property Hunt. Now, instead of bringing you out on a shoot today, we've decided to stay in studio and talk a little bit more seriously about something that has been making headlines in the Singapore property sector. The Council for Estates Agencies, also known as the CEA, has recently been implemented to control, in a sense, the agents and exactly what they are doing. They're putting it more on a regulatory basis, and there are more implementations, I'm sure, that are coming up. And why should investors be interested in exactly what's going on with the agents? Well, this is why. Agents are the middleman. They stand in between you buying your new investment choice or selling your current home. So if there's anything dodgy that's going on in between, you really should know more about it. So exactly what does the CEA do? What sort of regulations are they implementing or do they plan to implement? And exactly who are they trying to protect? The consumers or the agents themselves? Is this more of a show that the government is, in a sense, putting up to calm people's views and to calm their anxiety about the complaints that have been coming up about errant agents? So instead of talking to someone from the council itself, I've decided to talk to an agent to get more on-the-ground news. Recently, I talked to Jack Cheong from ERA, and he tells us more about what he thinks about the errant agents.
Of course, every line there has to be some misbehavior, misconduct in this. But so far, in previously, there wasn't any company, any government policy that guides agents. There was IEA, Institute of Estate Agents, but they also have some regulations. But it's not a governed act. It's not an act. It's not a law that agent has to follow. So when problem happens, agents still it's not regulated. Yeah.
So the IEA, are they still in operation now, even with the CEA around?
They're still.
So do they help the CEA or what exactly do they?
Many right now the main body is CEA lah. Is a government side. So most complaints will go to CEA instead of any other places as regards to property agents.
Okay, so when did this CEA come about?
CEA, the Regulation Act, the Estate Agent Act by the government actually was done up on the 8th of October last year, 2010, and it was released in around 15th of November to every company, every agencies. And this year, 2011, January the 1st, it started. So all agents has to be bound by the
as of 2011, everyone is bound by the same rules and regulations under the council.
Correct.
Basically.
Yeah.
So thus far, what has the council implemented for all property agents or agencies?
Well, if you look at the act, it's actually that thick. I can probably mention all the clauses and things, but the key points, perhaps some things the agency and agents need to take note. Agencies, what kind of person they take in, what kind of agents, and whether they what kind of causes they are giving to the agents. Yeah, and every agency also need to appoint a KEO, which is a key executive officer to handle and to discuss things with CEA.
Each agency?
Yeah, it's like a representative of each agency to appoint this KEO.
And what does this KEO do?
They actually have meetings with the CEA, and they are the representative to talk to CEA.
Oh, so they represent the agency that they work for?
Yeah, correct.
I see. So the KEO, more or less higher ranking people in the company?
Higher ranking, I won't say higher ranking, but this person also, they has to be qualified. Yeah, there are some clauses to state what kind of qualification. Okay, but the main thing is this person has to be responsible. If one of the agents in the agencies did something wrong, and he has to be responsible to
right.
Yeah. to the CEA.
Okay. So, seeing that the CEA came into effect last year,
Yeah.
was there a lot of talk up beforehand up till they actually implemented the CEA to take over stuff? Was there a lot of errand agents, a lot of back talk about what was going on with the market? Tell us more about coffee shop talk, I guess, that you have with your agents.
Before they implement, there is this fear in most property agents, even myself. I've been wondering what is it, what is this thing, what are the rules and regulations that, of course right now everything is clear. Yeah, everything so-called the waves, the tiles have been calmed down a bit. But coffee shop talk, we are talking about maybe whether all the rules set by the CEA, whether they are right and wrong or wrong, and whether how much impact it has on us agents.
So that's exactly what you guys talk about,
Yeah.
more or less what
whether it's
CEA.
fair and those are the topics, the main topics.
More negative sentiments you feel, or more positive? I mean, of course, this is from an agent's point of view.
Yeah, agent's point of view, they're good and bad side of it. Yeah, but mainly I feel it's okay. It's good to have a government body to regulate agents. Of course, there are a lot of agents that are doing hanky-panky stuff, under table money sort of thing. Yeah, maybe those are the coffee shop talk of sellers and buyers.
I see.
Yeah, but then it's still I would think is quite successful launch for this. Yeah.
So essentially, how did the CEA start up? Exactly, was there like one situation that cropped up that the government finally said that we do need a council, or was it just all these small little things that contributed to a decision?
Yeah. Previously, there was some cases which were published in the papers also by, I won't mention agency names, but they are agents that have misconduct. Whether it's right or wrong, the case is there. Yeah, the judge say, oh, this agent is not right to do this or that. So there are also many complaints to case, and even small claim court on the misconduct of agents. And maybe that's the reason why the government want to set up this act to make sure that all agents have a set of equal rules to follow.
So we're talking about these equal rules. Exactly, just put it in a nutshell for us, because we have been seeing in the news more and more rules have been released over the past few months, right?
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, what are the regulations that they have implemented for agents?
Agents, okay, like for example, some of the key points are agents, when you serve customer, you have to wear a tag, ID tag.
A tag?
A tag, yeah.
Oh,
ID tag to
okay.
prove to tell people that you are agent, and the main thing is conflict of interest among the sellers and buyers. Agents, last time before the rules was announced, we can represent both sides, buyers and sellers. Yeah, the key point right now is that agents are not allowed to do that anymore. Yeah, so if you are representing the seller, it's just just one person. Yeah, even the buyer, without any agents, you still cannot represent the buyer. Yeah, this to avoid conflict of interest.
Right.
Yeah.
So that conflict of interest would come in place if you are both the seller, on the seller's point of view and from the buyer's point of view as well.
Yes.
So it was, in a sense, all right to do that before the CEA came in.
Yeah, all right.
So
even HDB, same. Everything is the same.
So you more or less get to determine the amount that you earn.
Determined is still by sellers and buyers. Yeah, agents follows the set of rules previously by IEA. Sellers 2%, buyers 1% is a common thing. So when we are talking about misconduct of agents, yeah, some agents asking more, yeah, trying to fetch more, but it's not regulated to follow a set of commission. Or I wouldn't say a set of commission. You would say not really that into the IEA rules. Yeah.
So people knew the IEA was there, but they didn't really follow because it wasn't the law.
Yeah, it's not an act.
It's not an act.
It's not an act. Yeah.
So now they don't have a choice.
Whenever seller and buyers are not feeling comfortable with the agents, they still go to small claim. Yeah, but right now they have a choice that they, instead of going to small claim, right? CEA has this two scheme, which is the mediation scheme and the arbitration scheme, where they can mediate the case by themselves to settle the case. So in case the conflict between the seller and the agents are not settled by mediation, yeah, they can actually go to the second scheme, the arbitration. Yeah, of course there's a fee involved. Yeah, yeah.
So this is what the CEA offers.
Yeah.
For agents, is that more for the protection of agents or for consumers?
Consumers, I would say.
To protect the consumers.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they are governing the agents, not for the agents, but more for the for the
It depends on
well-being.
the complaints. It depends on the case by case matters. Yeah. Whether, for example, is it a cheating case,
Right.
or is it just a frivolous case where agent late by 10 minutes and the seller can complain to CEA? There are a lot of similar cases.
So big and small cases, just
Yeah.
depends on. So it goes on a case-by-case basis,
Yeah.
of course. So I think the news, it said a couple of months ago that when the CEA just started, they received at least 6 complaints a day over the past, over the duration of a month or so.
Yeah, for the first month.
So do they have that many people to have to deal with this?
I'm not a spokesperson of CEA, but according to their statistics, their site, I believe, yeah. But most cases are, like I say, frivolous. It's not so important cases. Yeah.
So the CEA being a very new entity in Singapore, right? I'm sure there are a couple of slip-ups,
Yeah.
especially in the council itself. So there have been a couple of stories in the newspapers about some paperwork getting misplaced here and there. So as an agent, I'm sure you've heard a lot of coffee shop talk about how maybe your friends have
Yes.
been in that situation. Have they?
Yes, correct. I believe every company, they have some group of agents doesn't receive their certificates, their numbers, their code in earlier. Some maybe receive after 1-2 months. So I got a colleague also. He actually called in CEA about this, about how come I haven't received my thing yet, and he has such a tough time calling because none of the CEA staff pick up the phone. So he wrote in, no reply, and he actually wrote into Mr. Ma to resolve the case. So there's this kind of hiccups. I do not know, I can't comment on what they do, but for some agents, for last year it's still fine. Last year, without license, you can still practice until a date.
Until the point of time where they said that you can't.
Correct.
Okay.
But from this year onwards, if without a license, you really can't practice.
That's right.
Yeah, so if there's any hiccup, I believe it's kind of unfair to the agents.
So do your friends suffer any losses monetary-wise?
Not really, not really any losses, but time. But I believe this year will be, I hope, if their services can be better. Yeah.
So previously, before the CEA started coming in and saying that you have to take exams and you have to do all these courses, 6 hours a year or something like that, right? To fulfill the requirement. Before that, exactly what sort of requirements did estate agencies, I'm assuming that agencies themselves would be implementing their own ways of managing their agents. So how exactly, in your experience, like how were people managed, how were agents managed in their agencies before the CEA came in?
Okay. Before CEA step in, if you want to become an agent, you just need to take an in-house course, which is provided by the agencies. Some duration, maybe 2 days, you can get because it's an associate license. It's not a license that tag onto yourself, but you're using the company's license. Yeah. So the course is just to make sure that you understand the HDB policies, the law of real estate, All the basic things that agent should know, and you can become an agent and start selling. And I believe some agencies don't even provide proper classes, or smaller agencies maybe. So, but when the CEA steps in, besides the in-house course, agents also need to take REA, a realty course provided by CEA. Yeah, so it's actually 2 courses to take. So the hours is longer, and also is slightly more difficult, I would say, the course that they provide. Of course, for those who took CEA and other professional real estate courses, you don't have to take, they have to go through this. Yeah. So there's a difference.
I see. So now basically, can consumers rest well knowing that their agents are more or less more in the know about the market, and in that sense more, I mean, because we in Singapore, we go all on academics and on grades, right?
Yeah.
So now if you pass the CA course or the agents course, you'll be fine.
It's 50% fine in terms of knowledge and procedures wise. Yeah, but another 50% will still depends on your own character. For example, misconduct, cheating cases, under-table stuff. Right? It's more on personal conduct. Not really, you can learn, by taking courses. Yeah, so but it's still okay, 50%.
50%.
Yeah.
If people are comfortable with that. That's right. So, what sort of effects have you felt as an agent by yourself? Do you think it's more tedious now to go about your daily work, having all these rules and regulations, and everyone like around you, basically your clients at least, they go and say, "Have you taken your exam? Have you taken your exam?" You have. I hope so.
Clients are not so much of whether you're taking the exams. It's more whether they are comfortable with you to be their representative, to represent them in terms of negotiation and stuff like that. So I believe every sellers want a honest agent. That's all. Yeah, but of course, in terms of knowledge-wise, it's important. Yeah, because if you were to figure out how to sell a house, it's not that easy. Yeah, you need a lot of market research, need a lot of practice. Yeah.
So you have to be street smart, basically, to be a successful
Also,
agent.
Yes, correct.
The other 50% street smart, maybe.
Yeah. But right now, I have a feeling that because of the CEA, the impact on agents will be they inject some fear in agents, because whenever a seller is not comfortable with agents, they can just tell them, if you don't serve me well, I complain to CEA. So for the agents, we are talking about uncomfortable. Yeah, it's a kind of fear that they have. But in terms of positive side, it may be a good one to improve the standard of all agents. Yeah.
So do you know the number of agents who have qualified to serve as real estate agents in Singapore?
Out of the 31,000 over applications, 28,766 applications are successful, approved.
Okay,
so the rest of it, portion 700 plus, will actually not approved because of the documents not submitted correctly. Maybe they have previous conviction of crime or bankruptcy. Yeah, the remaining 1,000 plus are pending for documents.
So would you say that these people, some of them that were those that were not sort of not allowed to become real estate agents, right? Were they moonlighters mostly, or were they still full-time people, but it's just because of their offences?
Yeah, they are both. They were both. But I have a colleague. Some of them actually did convicted some problem in their early teenage crime, or perhaps bankruptcy. So these are the people that find it quite troublesome, because they need to write in, they need to do appeal to CEA, and the time frame will be longer for this group of people.
Right. So if you have a clean record, you're more or less ready to go.
I would say 99% is fine. Yeah.
So do you think that, I mean, with each year that comes about, I'm sure each agency will see an increase in the number of agents that they would employ. So do you think that with these stringent measures, in a sense, would the numbers decrease over the next few years? Would we expect?
I would, my personal point of view, definitely, because previously, like I say, if you want to become a real estate agent, we just need to take an in-house course. And in terms of cost fee, is small company perhaps $200-300, bigger company perhaps $800. But rather because of additional costs involved, cost fee can go up to 1,000 plus to become an agent. So for a certain group of not so wealthy agents, they may find problem. Yeah, to come into the line. So I would say, yeah, the degrees of intake will be there. Yeah.
So then a decrease in the number of agents that we would foresee in the next few years. Does that mean an increase in commission?
Increase in commission? No, it's still the same.
And who determines this commission that you guys get? Is it it's a standard percentage?
Market practice.
Market practice.
Market practice, yeah. Because every homeowners, before they want to appoint an agent, they will also call off agencies and agents to find out the rate. You see, it's more of the market practice. Yeah.
So it depends on which agency you choose.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the very interesting question that I want to ask. You know, we have seen a lot of not say councils, but different measures that have been implemented to calm people's fears, because people have been hearing about errant agents, especially those who do money laundering and stuff like that. So do you think that, in a sense, giving these people a certificate to show that they have taken an exam and they qualify, isn't that in some way saying that these people who are good at money laundering, you start giving them a certificate?
No, money lenders right now cannot be real estate agents.
Right.
This is one of the rules. Yeah.
So like, let's say we talk about under the table money. So I'm really good at what I do. I've been doing it for the past 20 years, and I've been doing a lot of under the table money.
Okay.
So I take the exam, I pass with flying colors, I come with the tag, and I come to you as a very qualified person, and you just listen to everything that I say. Isn't that, in a sense, throwing the sheep to a wolf?
I would say of course there are groups of people that still continue to practice whatever they think is right. Table money, you know, more or less under declare, or even sellers they themselves under declare and over declare about the price they sell. Yeah, it is this kind of thing that practice is still ongoing, I believe. But as long as no complaints, right? No complaints. I mean, the wolf will still be there. Yeah, but it's good to have an act to govern so that every case is equal. Yeah, as long as you cheat, you know, you got to go behind bars. This is the rules.
If you get caught.
If you get caught, yeah. Previously, there are no such governed rules, so most things are case by case. Yeah, small claim court will be quite busy. Yeah.
Because that's exactly what I would be afraid of, because you give a person a certificate and say go out there and do your thing, and people are just going out there and believing everything that you say. So in a sense, like I'm thinking that people would think that sometimes this is a bit of what we in Singapore call wayang.
Wayang, yeah. But this act can reduce the number of people behaving in this manner. Yeah, because like what I say, the government actually inject a fear in agents. So before they do anything, they will still consider whether I should take the risks or not. Yeah, but I would say it will reduce. It will reduce.
So do you foresee any other measures that the CEA will be introducing in the near future? With the past 4 months, I'm guessing, they've introduced quite a number of regulations for their agents and for agencies. Do you think that this will be a consistent thing over the next few years, or will we see the CEA slowly start to die out because people are more appeased and they're more or less okay? That's the CEA, and there are a couple of acts to help me out when I am in a bad situation.
It depends on the number of complaints from agents. Yeah, if the agents find it difficult to do certain things because of the regulation, yeah, they may just highlight to the KEO or the or direct to CEA about it. Yeah. So mainly there are some issues that agents may face right now. Yeah, but in future, whether they would to enhance this to make it better for agents to work and seller to so is for example because of this act, right? CEA has come up with this standard form, this exclusive form to let seller appoint agents, authorized agents to market their house.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, so it's a 8 pages.
Oh.
8 pages thing.
Ouch.
7 pages for me. Yeah. I think. Okay. In the past, it's only 1-2 page. So for sellers to sign a dotted line is, I would say, is a 15 minutes thing. Yeah. But right now, because of this 8 pages thing, it's because you lengthen the time.
The procedure.
Yeah, it's like signing a tenancy agreement. So for sellers and buyers, yeah, they will think twice. So agents may face difficulty getting an exclusive.
I see.
Yeah, so these are the difficulties that portion of it the agent may face. Yeah, so if you ask me whether the CEA may change their thing, I hope so.
So if you were the voice of all the agents in Singapore, in a sense, and if you were given the opportunity to step forward to the council and say this and this is not, I mean, you're protecting the consumers, yes, but we need to be protected as well. What would you say to make your life better, I guess, as a real estate agent?
Well, I wouldn't say protected. As long as you follow their ways, you are considered protected. But of course, there are things that seller may complain, like I mentioned earlier. If you are late for 10 minutes, they may complain to CEA. It may not be a fault. It may not be a real case that the agent has done something wrong. Maybe the agent doesn't do anything wrong. But because of this, the morale of the particular agent may reduce, and he may just quit the real estate business because of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe these are the things that which is unseen.
Right. Behind the scenes, what's happening.
Yeah.
So if you were given a chance to step forward to the council, exactly what would you tell them?
It's still new. The scheme is still new. So I believe for me right now it's still okay. Still okay. Because they unless you really hit the big issues, and then we determine whether it's right or wrong.
So now whenever you meet a real estate agent, first thing you have to ask for is the card.
The card.
The tag, right?
Yeah. The new name card is also a standardized name card.
Or name cards as well.
Yeah.
Comes with the reference number.
Yes. Your so-called your ID code. Previously, it's any name card will do. Very designer name cards. But right now it's standard.
I see.
Yeah, you have to use a standard name card, standard tag. So, yeah,
I see.
it's proper and maybe professional. Yeah.
So if this is what I've heard, that there are more online stuff that you can do. So you can find out more about agents before you actually go and meet them.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
So we can
actually
in a sense,
sellers
Google for agents.
Yeah. They can actually find out the profile of the agents, whether this agent is certified over the CEA website or any agency's website. I think they have it right now. Yeah, you can just type in their name and see whether they have the code. They have the license number to operate. Yeah, if they find no code, that means this agent may not be certified, may not be licensed. Yeah.
So for consumers, first thing to look for is that they are qualified. Next thing, that they are comfortable with the agent.
Yep.
Anything else?
1 minute, that's all. Yeah, it's more on the agent's character. Yeah, if the agent is a ship, it's a ship.
And that was word from Jack Cheong from ERA. If you have any information to pass along to us, any comments or feedback especially, please contact us at contact@investorcentral.org. Until next time, same place, but next week, my name is Sarah Hadi at Investor Central.